Tika, what are you doing here today? What brought you down to Hyde Park?
My mom's actually a widow, so she's been widowed about 3 years now. So I came down to support her because this place means a lot to her, the foundation. So reading about what she's been through and from the internet site, I came back basically just to support her.
You know, in Indian societies, people say widows are bad luck. They bring bad luck to the family. So, you know, when your mum became a widow and when you saw the way people reacted and behaved to her, treated her badly, what was your reaction?
I was really hurt for her because these are the people that she stood by throughout her whole marriage, 25 years. She helped everyone, and when she needed some help, no one stood there. People didn't invite her to events, weddings, engagements, nothing she was invited to.
Just because she was a widow?
Just because she was a widow. And then the kids, my brothers and sisters, treated the same because we come from a family where my mom's a widow. And it hurt a lot. It hurt because I could see my mom as it was going through so much pain. But then the family that she was married into decided to turn their back on her from the day my dad passed away. From that day onwards, everybody left. And then you realize that the people that are there are your good friends. And being treated like an omen just because your mom's a widow is awful, it's absolutely terrible. But you see it everywhere, even in this society. It was shocking for us all.
Actually, in my country, Somaliland, we had a civil war 22 years ago, and we had over 50,000 widows there, actually. So it's very painful to look back, actually, and I'm very helpful to support any kind of support that I could do it to help for any international widow days because I know they suffer and we have a lot of family widows as well.
What brought you to Hyde Park today?
Well, Loomba Foundation has a special relationship. Actually, I'm a widow. I recently became a widow 3 years ago, and I was going through a very low point last year. And I came across the internet looking for some sites that, you know, could give me some sort of help. Even just by reading something would have given me the strength. And I just typed in widows, Asian widows, and Loomba Foundation came up. And I read about what they do, and that gave me a lot of strength, knowing that there are other widows in India, Africa, all over the world who are experiencing what I'm experiencing. And that in itself gave me strength. And I'm here today to celebrate this day, International Widows' Day, which is very dear to my heart.
A collective outpouring of concern over the plight of widows at this charity walk in central London. To raise public awareness on the issue, a 5-kilometre walk was organised by the Loomba Foundation, the first Indian event to be held at the Royal Park.
On your marks, get set, go!
Leading the walk was the foundation's president, Cheri Blair, and a host of other celebrities like Dr. Karan Singh and Lord Loomba himself, the man who started the foundation.
When I got married, I saw my mother being discriminated against, so I made up my mind that we have to do something to make sure that widows are not discriminated against, and widows are not considered as widows, they're considered as women. They are, after all, women. Why are they discriminated against? They have done nothing. They have not killed their husband. They have not murdered their husband. And yet they are the ones who are being punished, who are being treated in this way. And this whole image has to be changed. And that's what I started this charity for. And I'm very pleased that I did. And in a way, I believe my mother gave her, became widow to help other widows.
Of the around 240 million widows worldwide, 115 million live in poverty, and nearly 8.1 million of them have been abused, and many others either humiliated, abandoned, ostracized, or discriminated against. In 2009, the Loomba Foundation commissioned a report to be researched and written on the plight of widows around the world.
We carried out a comprehensive research study, and we found this information, and I took that information to the United Nations. Even United Nations was not aware of it, and they were shocked that there are so many widows in the world and they are suffering. In India, widows suffer through stigma, but you go to Africa, there are widows over there suffering even more than they're suffering in India, because their husbands are killed through disease, HIV. Once a man has died through HIV, nobody wants to remarry his wife. Nobody wants to even touch his children.